Imagine this. You wake up one morning and everything is gone. Not just your house, not just your job, everything that gave you a sense of self, your direction, your routines, your identity, the things you thought would always be there, gone in an instant, like mist burning off under the sun. There's no one to call, no structure to hold you, no next step to follow, just silence and your own breath. This is the moment most people fear. We spend our lives building walls, careers, relationships, goals, beliefs, trying to protect ourselves from this exact moment, the moment where everything disappears, where there's no more hiding behind what you have, because all that's left is what you are. So the question is, what remains when you lose everything? A man may panic, a mind may spiral, a heart may break. But a monk, a Shaolin monk, does not. A monk doesn't wait until life falls apart to begin his training. He prepares for that moment, long before it ever arrives. From the very beginning, the path is one of subtraction, not addition, not accumulation, but letting go. He learns not to seek comfort, because comfort softens the will. He learns not to cling to identity, because identity is temporary. And he learns not to fear silence, because silence is the mirror where truth is reflected. Pausa. While others chase after success, the monk practices stillness. While others build their name, he learns to release it. While the world is busy proving its worth, the monk is busy learning who he is without it. He wakes up before the sun, not to impress anyone, not to become more, but to become less reactive, less attached, less dependent on the world for meaning. Discomfort becomes his teacher. Repetition becomes his ally. Discipline becomes his freedom. So when the moment comes, when the job is gone, when the people leave, when the plans fall apart, he doesn't shatter. Why? Because he's already rehearsed this emptiness. He's already sat in the fire of not knowing and found peace there. To the outside world, it looks like he's lost, but inside, he is simply returning to the place he never left, the center of awareness, where nothing is missing because nothing is required. To the average person, loss feels like death. It feels like failure, like being punished by life. But to a monk, loss is not an enemy. It is a doorway that few want to walk through, because it demands everything: your expectations, your attachments, your control. But here's the paradox. When you stop resisting the fall, you stop falling. When you let go of what you thought life should be, you begin to see life as it is. The monk doesn't ask, how do I get it all back? He asks, what can I see now that I was blind to before? Without the noise of ambition, you hear your own breath. Without the weight of identity, you feel your presence. And without the constant doing, you rediscover being. This is the hidden gift. It's not material, it's not visible, but it's real. Clarity, awareness, a deep, unshakable stillness. It was always there, just buried under everything you thought you needed to be. When the dust has settled, when the old has burned away, you're left with a question. Now what? Most people try to rebuild what they had. They rush to fill the empty space. They recreate the same routines, the same identities, the same traps. But the monk doesn't rebuild out of fear. He doesn't move just to escape the stillness. He waits, he breathes, he listens, because he knows something most people don't. That clarity doesn't come through effort, it comes through silence. He begins again, but not from ambition, not from desperation, from presence. One breath at a time, one step at a time, one conscious act at a time. He doesn't need a plan. He doesn't need permission. He doesn't even need to know where the road leads, because he's no longer following the map. He's following the moment. And from that place, the path ahead appears. Not all at once, but step by step as he walks it. No longer led by fear of what could be lost, but guided by the strength of what cannot be taken. Maybe today, you're not listening to this as a theory. Maybe you're living it. Maybe your world really has fallen apart. Something ended. Someone left. Plans collapsed. And you're standing there in the ashes of what used to be, not knowing what to do next. If that's you, this message is for you. You don't need to fix everything right now. You don't need to rebuild the entire future today. You don't even need to understand why it happened. What you need is to stay with yourself, right here, in this breath, in this body, in this moment. Because this is what the monk knows, that when everything falls away, what's left is not nothing. What's left is truth. Truth without decoration, truth without distraction, truth without masks. And in that truth, there is space, there is stillness, there is strength. You are not broken. You are being reshaped. You are not empty. You are becoming open. And if you dare to stay, not escape, not numb, not run, you'll begin to feel something quietly returning. A subtle trust, a quiet power, a sense of peace that doesn't depend on anything, because it's coming from within. Not everyone is ready to lose everything, but those who are become free. Because when you no longer fear losing what you have, you finally remember who you are.